All right. So we are on the Canva home screen. So if you're using a computer, you'll see all of the menu options here. Let me see if I can simultaneously try it on my phone as well. Canva has an app, guys. So if you're using it on your cell phone, what will I be using it for? Small business. Amanda, you can use it for multiple stuff. So while I'm teaching about it, you will learn the different things that you can use Canva for. There is an app that Canva has. So if you have a cell phone, you can download the Canva app, right? So for persons who already probably have the app on their phone, once you log in, it automatically takes you to the home screen. So I'm trying to use my phone and trying to also use the computer as well, because I know some persons only have phone. So when I logged into the app, it automatically took me here, right? Canva is a platform that you can use to design a lot of stuff. A lot of you probably are familiar with persons talking about Photoshop and stuff like that. You can use it to design a lot of stuff. So I'll kind of give you an overview of some of the things that you can use it to do, right? So in my user case, this is an animation. I use it to edit animation. So what I mean by animation is like if you're creating a little cartoon, this is a totally different lesson. I'm not going to go in depth into it, but I am here creating a little cartoon and I can use Canva to edit it, right? I can use Canva to edit it.
Of the Lord appeared to Mary.
That is one user case scenario. You can use Canva if you are creating books, whether you are doing ebooks that you sell digitally, or if you are creating books to sell on Amazon where you want it to have a physical copy. We're going to have an Amazon KDP training at 5. So you will learn more about it in that way, right? Adobe Photoshop is not the same as Canva and Sunny. It's a totally different platform. You can use it to do business cards. You can use it to do flyers. Somebody asked a while ago about small business. If you're posting something on TikTok or you're posting something on Instagram, you can actually use it to create content for those platforms as well. You know, it also has an AI feature, so you can use it to create logos, and it's a host of stuff that you can use it to do. We're not going to go into everything today. I'm just kind of giving you an overview of how amazing the platform is. Amazon training is Amazon book training is at 5, which is in 2 hours. Right? It's a very amazing platform. There is a free version that you can use. The free version has some amount of limitation, as you can expect. If you're using something for free, you're not going to get all of the features, but it has a paid version as well. I think persons who are in the US probably pay about $25, but persons, well, I know for a fact that Jamaicans pay about $6.50 USD. If you are in another country and you're paying a different fee, you can put it in the chat. But I know that Jamaicans pay $6.50 somewhere thereabout. But I've heard persons in America say it's about $25 that they have to pay. So depending on where you are and the economy in your country, they have some amount of leniency monthly, right? Come on, yeah, monthly. Stickers say I pay 60 Canadian. That's Canadian, right? CAD. You are in the UK. How much do you pay, Anne Marie? So the price fluctuates based on where you are, but like I said, there is a free tier, and I will kind of show you. Oh, you know, okay. I'll kind of show you the difference. Okay, so we're on the home screen. Here is a search bar. So if you don't have a new account and you want to search for a design that you previously made, you can search for it right here. Canva also has a lot of templates. Templates meaning that it is already made and you can customize it. So say for instance, you want to make a TikTok post. We can come and customize this one. Say for instance, we want to do a presentation. We can come and find a presentation that was already made, but we customize it. So we want to put a post on Instagram. They have some posts that are customized already. Sorry, that are pre-made that we can customize. What do I mean? 1 hour. What do I mean by customize? Change out the name on it, change the photo on it. and all of that. All right. And then you have Canva AI, and this is where you can like create images. So you can use the AI to create images. You love the templates? So Canva AI, let me just show you how it works. A black hyper realistic woman wearing a red hat and sitting on a bench in a park. So basically, we describe what image we want to see. We can click on create an image and we can select the size of the image. So do we want it to be a rectangle, a square, or do we want it to be a rectangle? I'm going to choose a square, and then it asks us what style we want. So let me go over that again. We're on the home screen. We click on Canva AI. We're describing that we want to see a black woman, hyper-realistic, meaning that she look like a human. So a black hyper-realistic woman wearing a red hat and sitting on a bench in a park. We can also say she is in a jeans dress. They would have given her clothes anyway. They wouldn't have just given us her in the hat. Then we select the size and then we select the style. So you can have it 3D, it can look like painting, it can look like a sketch. So you can see the different style options that you can choose right here. Right? So I'm gonna choose illustration and we click on the arrow and it send it off. £5 for Canva. All right, owner, no problem. So here we go. All right. So people will create images for different reasons. Probably it's a case where you're doing a book, like I said. You're doing a book, you want to create an image for a book, or probably you're doing a flyer. You want to create an image for a flyer. Whatever the case is, you decide what you're doing the image for. You can use Canva AI to create an image. This is illustration. We could have selected 3D as well. Oh, the prompt come off. 1 second. You could have also selected 3D and it would have given us a different look. Then we're going to move on from here. See there? Realize it's the same prompt, but it's a different quality of the image. So this one kind of looks like, in some degree, it looks like it was painted in a kind of way. And this one kind of look, a little bit more realistic. All right. So that is it for the Canva AI aspect of things. All right. Now we're going to go back to home screen. So if you're creating a post for your social media page for Instagram, right? You guys know that Instagram posts normally normally like a square. So Canva has some sizes that are pre-made. So if you're creating something for Instagram, you can just come here and click Instagram. Likewise, if you go to social media and it's not Instagram that we want to use, we could have selected Facebook or LinkedIn or even TikTok. So what is the difference between them? The size is different. The size is different for the different platforms. So if you look under the bottom here, this one is an Instagram story. The size of the design is different from an Instagram post. Likewise, a TikTok post is different as well. So they just give you some pre-design, some size that are pre-made, so you don't have to worry yourself. So okay, I want to create an Instagram post. I come here, I click on Instagram and it takes me into this design. Let me know if you guys are following so far. Wait, the pace and everything is all right with following? Put a one in the chat. Are we following so far? All right. Awesome. I'm trying to go slow. I know, people are advanced at different levels, but I'm trying to go slow. Okay. You can also use sheets. So like how you have Excel documents, if you want to show like a table with some, numbers, probably you're doing like a budget and you want to show the sheets, that's what the sheet does. it has, similar to how you have Microsoft Word, Canva has its own version of that, which is called Doc. So it has a similar kind of appearance to Microsoft Word in a sense, where you can, have your little heading of the document, you can change the size and stuff. So it's like Canva's version of Microsoft Word. We're not going to go into everything. You have the whiteboard feature. I've never really used the whiteboard feature before. If it's a case where you want to do a PowerPoint presentation, probably you have school, you want to do a PowerPoint presentation for your classwork, you can actually do a presentation in Canva. So this is an example of a presentation. I'm going to open it up and kind of show you how it works. We're going to go into designing as well. So for persons who don't really understand, we're going to do a little bit of designing. Oh, you're saying on what are you using? You should be able to see it. So normally you are able to see all of the features. It's just that you may not be able to use them. But you should be able to, as far as I know, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, you should be able to see them. But they would differentiate what is free from what is paid. But I don't think you should not be able to see some of the features. So how the presentation works. So if you go into presentation mode, right, it can allow us to like skip the page. So we can skip from page to page and you do presentation. It also allows you to record as well. So like if you wanted to do something and you wanted to see there, it says present and record. So if you wanted to like do a video of yourself, like reading what is on it, you could have done that as well. When I click on social media, I'm not seeing Instagram. Also, you can use PowerPoint app to make slideshow presentations. You mean PowerPoint app inside Canva? That's what you're talking about? Or are we talking about PowerPoint itself? Because we're kind of talking about Canva now and Canva features, and so I don't want to stray. So confirm what you're saying. When I click on social media, I'm not seeing Instagram. Oh no, so I didn't click on social media to see Instagram. I'm just on the home page, and Instagram was the first option. And then social media is over here. But if I click on social media, there are some other stuff here. So if you click on the arrow, see there, it says Instagram Reel. If you click on the arrow, it will show you more stuff. So just, oops, I didn't want to click on that. So you can just click on the arrow for it to show more stuff that are on the screen. All right, let's go back to home screen. Like I said, you can use it to edit video like I showed you a while ago. Canva also have an option where it can print stuff for you. So if you create stuff and you want it to print it for you, it can do that, right? So there are a host of templates like we talked about before. There are different categories of templates. So if you want to create an Instagram post, we just selected template over here. So if we wanted to do an Instagram post, we can choose one of these. So I'm going to show you how you edit an existing template. I'm going to also show you how you could create one from scratch. So we are on the home screen here, right? And if we look at the side menu bar, we see templates. So we can click on templates. And if it's so you can choose by category. So is it a case where you want to do something business related, something social media related, something market related? You can select those different categories. And sorry, if we wanted to do an Instagram post, we can click on the Instagram post and then we can look through the different templates that are there and choose one that we want to edit. So the whole purpose of using a template is that you don't want to necessarily start from scratch. You're not familiar with using it as much. So you want you don't want a blueprint, you want a roadmap to work with that you can customize. That is how I started. Before I started designing stuff on my own, I used something that was pre-made. And then I just go in and edit it, right? So let's just take a look at what that can be. So we're going to select this one. So once we click on it, it says customize this template, meaning that we're going to make it our own, right? So click on customize this template. So we're now on a whole different screen. Let me close some of these. So we're on a whole different screen now. I'm going to explain these menu options to you in a while. So we are seeing where we have 4 different images here, right? But remember that we want to customize it. So we can click on each image and we can press backspace. So we take out that photo because we don't want it. Same thing for this one. We want the style of it, but we don't want the exact photos, right? Same thing for this one. Click on it, click on backspace, remove the photo, click on this one, click on backspace and remove the photo. So now we kind of have a blank canvas. Soon address this part of it. Let us say we want to do something food related. And guys, these photos are just going to be random to show you the principle, right? We're not trying to create a aesthetically pleasing design right now. I'm just showing you guys the principle, right? If I've lost you, let me know. If you're following, just put a 1 in the chat. Because I'm trying to go slow, but I also want to actually teach you something, make you feel like, okay, I spent my hour well. All right. Good to go. Awesome sauce. All right. So now we're going to go over to this menu option right here, right? On the side here. So we have design. So there, if we click on design, we're going to see different. Remember how we saw this template there? If it's a case where you come here and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I probably should have chosen a next one. I don't want to really use this one right here. You can select a different one. And it allows you to add a page. So if you want to do multiple posts or multiple design, you can add a new blank page under here. And you can also come and add a different design on that page. See that? We can add a new page and we can always add a different design on the page. So let me go back. Can find a next design that we like, add it on the page, right? So you can have, I don't know if there's a limit, but I've never come across a limit. You can have a lot of different pages in this. So for instance, let us say you're doing social media content. Let us say you have multiple business. So you have one cook shop, you have a hair salon, you have um a what else can I use? A clothing business, right? You can decide that, okay, everything that I'm making for the cook shop, I want to make them in this file. So you would have made some content and you say, okay, I want to make a new content. You can make everything in one file. Canva automatically saves your work as well. So we don't have to worry about having to save them. And then you can come up here and you can name the file. So remember, we say you have multiple businesses. We can call this one cook shop if we're using this for a particular, particular business. So that's the design aspect. Then you have what is called elements. So just like how Canva has pre-made templates, it also has pre-made photos as well. So if we were to come into the search bar here and we search for fish, we can see fish that are graphics, meaning like it look cartoon-like. So all of these kind of look cartoon-like. Or we can go on photo and it will show you real fish. Or we can go on videos and it will show you videos of fish. All right. So fish is kind of very broad. So if we wanted it to be cooking related, then we could have said steam fish or fry fish or escovitch fish, right? If we were on graphics, we would have not, would have kind of seen cartoon. We're not looking for cartoon, so we go on photo and it gives you the realistic vibe, right? So we can just go ahead and click on this fish and it will populate on the page. We can move it. So if we want it over this side, we can move it over there. We want it down here, so same thing. If you've made a mistake, you can undo, right? So if we want it at the top, we can put it at the top. And we're now customizing this design. Let us say we wanted the head of the fish to show, but it kind of cut off right now. We can click on it twice and then crop it in a different way. So we move it to show what we want to show. So we want to see the head. We're seeing the head now. Click on it twice again. We want to see only the tail because we can't see all of, you realize that we can't see all of the image, right? So if we only want to see the tail, we'll move it from side to side. All right? Same thing. You want a next photo there, same procedure. Click on the photo that you want, put it where you want to put it. Click on the photo that you want, put it where you want to put it. You guys get this so far? Of course, you would not just choose random photos, because you want it to look appealing. So we're not trying to get the aesthetics right now. We're just trying to get the principle. What can I use Canva to do? All right. Now we want to change this. Probably want to change the color here. So we can click on it. At the top of it, we have some functions that we can use. So for instance, we can change the color here. So we click on the color wheel and we can come over here to choose what color we want. We can also select, different shades here. Now, when it comes on to having a business, guys, and the image can't be minimized, not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't think we can minimize it there. Probably would just not have to, we probably would just have to choose an image that actually can fit there than use one that you're not able to see the entire the entire fish if that's the case. But I don't know if it being able to be minimized.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Is this being done in Canvas?
Canva.
Canva?
Yeah, Canva.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. There is something called Canvas, which is totally different. So this one doesn't have the S on it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let me just click on the picture again and show you something. So when we click on the picture, there are certain things that we can do to the photo. We can remove the background, which I'll show you in a different instant. We can also edit it, which I'll also show in a different instant. We have the option to flip it as well. So if you want to flip it, can flip it upside down. We can flip it left to right as well. This applies to any photo at all. Right? All right. We can also make it transparent. So, sometimes you're designing like a flyer and you have an image on it, but you don't want it to be bright. You can turn down the transparency. Can turn down the transparency. So if you want it to have like writing over it, you can turn down the transparency. You also can do animation as well. So mostly for like words or so if you want words to slide in or drop down, you can animate them. So far, yeah, the background remover. So okay, when you are in Canva, once you see the crown beside something, it's not a free feature. So in order to be able to remove the background in Canva, it's a paid feature, but there are other platforms like Remove, I think it's remove.bg. It's a website. You can remove backgrounds for free on that site. So this remove background feature in Canva is a paid feature, but everything else that we spoke about a while ago are free features. All right. Moving on to the text part. By the way, guys, do you guys have any questions for me so far? Let me know if you have any questions so far. Are you good? You can tell me if you're good. You gotta communicate with me. Go ahead, Shalon.
Sorry there. You just touch on the animation. You're
Touch
gonna
on the what?
give us
Animation?
the animation. You're gonna show us an idea how that part works when you
Um,
get a chance.
if we have the time, sure.
Oh, okay. No, alrighty.
Yeah,
Thanks.
man. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do the text part now. So once you click on the box, like I was saying, we can change the color, right? The good thing about Canva, so most businesses, like if you have a logo for your business, right? And your logo have specific colors. Each color, each shade of a color has a code. So I'm teaching you kind of, broad, not in specific relation to what we're doing here, but just general Canva usage. Each color has a code, right? So when we click on the color here and we click on the color wheel, if you look at the bottom of it, you see a code. So you and I probably have red in our business logo, but your red is a different code from mine. Let's just take a look. So this is red, right? But this code will change every time I move this here. So when it comes on to if you're trying to design something for somebody, if you want to eventually learn Canva so much that you can become a graphic designer, you will eventually learn that each color, each shade has a code. So you are able to get the right code so that you have the right shade of whatever color a person uses. In the same way, if you were to give a graphic designer something to do for you, or even if you want somebody to print something on your shirt, print a logo on a shirt or whatever, you may have to provide them with the code so that they have the right shade, right? So as you can see, we can change the color. We can also change the writing as well. So it already has something there. At the top here, we have different fonts. So we can select different fonts. So we don't like that one, we can select a different font. See? It automatically changes. This one here, it has a crown. What does it mean when it have a crown? Anything at all in Canva that has a crown, what does that mean?
It's not accessible to
To pay
you.
for it.
Right. It's not available in the free version. You have to pay for it. Awesome. So this particular font has a crown. Everything else without the crown, you can use for free. What will happen, you see, if you have the free version, it will allow you to use it. But guess what? You see, when you're ready to download, they will tell you that, okay, you have some paid elements in your design. So it's not going to prevent you from utilizing it. And what happens as well, if you utilize it, it will have a Canva watermark. So if you're on the free version, and you use a paid feature, it will have a Canva watermark on it. So I'm on the paid version. I can't really show you what that look like, but yeah. So we change the text. So in order to change the text, you have to actually click on the text. So in order to change the font, we just select the one that we like, right? We can make it bold if we want. We can make it italic if we want. We can underline it if we want. And then you can just click on it again to undo if you don't want it
I'm
there.
sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
Question. You can teach somebody how to write an ebook without on Canva without showing them how to even navigate Canva.
Can I do what?
No, not you directly. I'm just it's a general statement.
I didn't hear the question. I didn't hear the question.
Right. No, no, it's a reflection of something that I have to cancel my subscription. How could you teach someone like an ebook, how to write an ebook on
Mhm.
Canva without even helping them navigate Canva, who doesn't have a clue? And then you would say that, oh, you don't have to be tech savvy to write an ebook, but you have to learn these basic stuff to be able to navigate. You get what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
So I really appreciate. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate what you're
um,
doing. Yes.
navigation of Canva is important as a foundation. But also, I will say, if you are being taught to do a specific thing, well, navigation would have been necessary because I'm probably teaching you how to write a particular type of ebook, but you want to do an ebook which is different from what I'm teaching. So if I
Yeah, man, I
don't give you a
understand.
broad, yes, I'm saying, so I'm agreeing with you. If I
Yeah,
don't give you a broad spectrum of
exactly.
information, then it would not have
Mhm.
been
So
sufficient.
you see,
All right,
exactly. You could have start write a book. All right, thank you.
not a problem. And we can also edit what is inside. So once we double click on the writing, we can delete it off and put what we want to put there, right? The same thing applies with the word in terms of when we spoke about transparency a while ago, and I say you could turn down the transparency. So this is a way for persons to watermark a design. So let me give you an example. Let us say you create something, right? You're a graphic designer and you create something, or even not a graphic designer, but you create something on your social media page and you don't want persons to steal your design, right? Canva, we can make this bigger. So we can make it big as possible. So we can make it big. We can rotate it if we want to rotate it. Hold on, guys. My computer needs to plug in. Hold on a second. So we made it bigger. We rotated it. Again, you can move it. In order for me to move it, a long press. So I'm long pressing on the left side of my mouse. So long press on it. Hold on. Click on it, long press, and you drag it where you want to go, right? So persons can use this as a watermark. So you don't want it to be too bright to take away from the design, but you just want to know that if you see this on somebody else's page, you know that, yeah, this was my design. Or sometimes if persons are sending like a client a draft of something, they will have the watermark. So probably sometime the client would have only paid like a 50%. So even though I want you to see it so that you can choose if you love it, I don't want you to use it for commercial purposes, right? So you can use it with letters or you can use it with an actual logo. You just realize you have the free version from 2020? Yeah, so you can use it with letters or an actual logo, right? Just undoing what I did a while ago. In terms of animate, let me try to get a different color. Somebody asked about animation. Let me just do it while I'm here. So we just click on animate and we can choose. Do we want it to be, once you hover over the feature, it will show you what it does. See? So this would have to be a video. This could not be a photo. So once you're doing animation, it means that you're now doing something that is video based. So once you hover over it, it shows you the different animation features. Right? And so basically, the intention was for us to have what? Customize this design, right? So this is where we're leaving from, and this is where we are now. So you have seen something, you're like, I want to create a post. So probably you sell skincare item and you say, I have turmeric soap, I have garlic soap, I have tomato soap, I have charcoal soap. I want to put the 4 soaps in a grid like this one. But you just don't know how to get it like that. So you say, okay, this is a vision that I have. I'm going to put it here, 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 and I'm going to put, available soaps, or you put your business name. You can even put your logo in here, right? Yeah. So that is it for that. Are we awake same way? Are we alert? Are we learning anything? Let me know. Give me some feedback on what's happening because I have to, I have to test and see. Janelle says yes. Alexia says yes. Look here, shy butterfly. What does that mean? Are you alive and well? All right, I'm happy that you guys are learning something. Awesome. Great. Praise God. Somebody raised their hand a while ago? I can't see. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So we have completed that design, technically, right? Same thing applies here. This is kind of different. This is more so, you can still do the same thing. Change the photo, if you want to make the photo less, visible, you want to make it transparent. You see, guys, I don't know if you're able to see, even though some of us may not be a big designer, we can see the different effect that we get from having transparency. So some design might require it looking bold and bright and beautiful, but then we can see where, we're focusing more on the words that are here versus on the photo behind. Versus, when it's so bright, you're kind of just focusing on the background. I don't know if it's me alone. Is me alone? When it is so bright, I'm focusing on the background. But when it is a little bit transparent like this, I'm focusing on the letter. So you will see how, the transparency kind of affect the design. So, just to confirm, you said the animation features of videos, right? Yeah, so Kelly, remember, photos are kind of static. So once you are adding animation to something in Canva and you want the animation effect to show, you would have to pretty much download it as a video and not as a photo. Of course, Sophia, all of the All of the features that you have on the computer, you can do it on your phone. It's just that it will not look the same. So it just have a different layout. So where I probably find my elements, you're not going to find your elements at the same location, but you can achieve the same thing. You understand? Mm-hmm. All right. So I feel like we basically, kind of explore all of this. So let me see if anything. Okay, I want to show you the edit feature. I want to show you the edit feature, but let me see. Let me use one of my uploads. So let us go through this menu option here. So we spoke about the design, we spoke about the elements, right? If we were to click on text, it's all about fonts. So they have different fonts that you can use. And they also have some font pairing. Font pairing means that they put two fonts together that kind of complement each other. So eventually when you're designing, you're gonna realize that, you can pair. You see like how you say, okay, Skellen and Time married. You understand? That's it. So you have some fonts that they will put together that actually looks good together. If you are a business owner, it's good. I hope the intention is for it to be for beginners. Are you guys feeling like it's for a beginner? Does it feel too advanced for you guys? Because it's like you guys have getting an overview of the possibilities. Yeah, man. It's going to be available to rewatch. It's going to be available for rewatch. If you have a business, guys, it's wise for you to have 2 to 3 fonts that you use for your business. You can hardly hear me. I'm not sure why. Probably need to try turning up your device. It's good to have 2 to 3 fonts that you use for your business. So other than your logo, other than your brand color, persons can also identify you by your font. So it's a visual identification. So you don't want to, you have different posts on Instagram or TikTok, but every post is a different font. Like there's no visual identity there. You understand? So you want to have something that person once, because for me, when I'm scrolling in social media, I can see if I see a particular color, just like how we know Popeyes is that orange. We know that KFC is that red. So there are certain things that people use to identify brands. So I can literally just see a font and like, oh yeah, this is this person. So you want to ensure that you have like consistency with whatever font you are using. And then you have a brand kit. And as you can see, paid feature. So you can upload your logo, your different logo for your business, upload your brand colors. Because here what, guys? Remember I told you, each color in your logo or of your brand has a code. And there are multiple shades of a color. So once you upload your color palette here, every time you click on something here, you are automatically using the right shade. No problem, Michelle. Have a safe trip to work. So that's what the brand kit is all about. You can upload stuff to Canva. So we don't have to use the images that are in Canva. What if you took an image with your phone and you want to upload it to Canva? You can do that. So in the uploads, we can upload files. So we can upload music. We can upload music. We can upload videos. We can upload images. So these are my images. So if you want to upload your logo, you can do that. This is a photo that I made outside of Canva. We can upload it into Canva, right? I want to show you a feature, so I'm going to leave that there. Tools, I don't really use here. I don't really use this feature, so I won't even go into it. You can sort your work by projects. So, if you're doing, so basically categorize them. So you probably have some things for work, some things for school, something for business. You can categorize your work by different projects. You also have some apps in Canva that you can use. Not going to go into that. So I'll have a different Canva session and I'll go into some of that, right? Okay. So background remover, let us test it out. So we have this image, it has a background. Let's just click on background remove and see what that does. Look at that. It's like magic. It's like magic. So now that we don't have a background, we can use her for a lot of stuff, you know? We can use her for a lot of things. Because probably you like the image, you like the girl, but, you know, who would have wanted this background? You probably want her to go on a poster or something and you don't want the background. And it's very easy. So once we click on the image and we click on background remover, that's it. It removes the background clean, clean, clean. And then now we can position her where we want her. If we wanted her to be smaller, we can click on, so any one of these circles that you click on, any side you click it from, it makes her smaller or bigger. See there? Right? And then you can move her wherever you want her to go. All right, so I'm going to put back the background. Let me put back the background. Canva also has a feature called edit. So if we were to edit here, there are certain things that we can do to the photo. So we have something called magic eraser. If there is something in the photo that we don't want to be there, we can move it out. Also have magic grab. So they do similar things. Magic eraser, magic grab do similar things. So we're going to try the grab one. Let us say we wanted to remove this right here. Once we highlight it and we click on it, can click on grab. I wonder if it's going to move the word and not the actual thing. Let me see. We're waiting for it to load. So once it's highlighted, we can backspace and delete it. You see that? So if you create a design and, you know, or probably you took a photo with your husband and you now have an ex-husband, but you like the photo. Listen up. You can take him out of the photo. You can take him out of the photo. So you create a picture and there's something in it and you don't want it in it. So this was created with AI. You just remove whatever you don't want. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Any questions so far, guys? Even if it's not something that I've touched on before, but probably something that you want to achieve and you don't know how to achieve it. No questions?
Hi.
Mel, go ahead.
I joined, but I think I was doing something that I just.
You're very low. I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
You're still low, but go ahead.
Still low?
No, sound better.
Okay. So I've been trying to use Canva for a while now, and I find I struggle using Canva. But I think the way you've done it is it looks much easier, not much easier as I would expect, but I think the way you've done it, I think I can actually try and do something with it, and it's very, 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 very useful. On the other hand, I missed this very section. Is it okay for you to try and do it again, or you have to move on?
No, I can do it again. What did you miss?
So I missed the part of the picture and how you did it. This very picture. I missed that part.
All right. So the picture was a picture that was created outside of Canva and I uploaded it to Canva.
Oh,
So,
okay.
right. So the picture was created in a totally different platform.
Okay. So you copied and pasted it onto Canva.
No, but I'll show you what I did. I'll show
Okay.
you what I did.
Thank
I'll go
you.
through that process for you. No problem.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So we were going through the upload section, right? And I was explaining that. So let me remove this from here. I was explaining that, let me go back a little bit. So there are some Canva elements that exist, right? So the elements are pre-made photos, so they are stock photos. So let us say that we wanted black woman in yellow because we just had a woman in yellow, right? Just to kind of, let us say that we wanted a black woman in yellow. If we went into the elements, we could have searched for a black woman in yellow, but perhaps we're not seeing exactly what we wanted, right? So while it already has images that you can use, and you can use these for, well, these are pro images, but you can use them without like any copyright infringement or anything. So nobody's gonna say, take down my photo. You can use this for whatever you want to use it for to do. That's what stock photos are for. So you have the rights to use them, right? If it's a case where we don't want to use these, the option exists for us to upload something. So if you're uploading something, you are uploading it from your device. So probably you would have created it, or you took a picture for yourself. So probably it's a personal photo that you took, and you would have had it on your computer or you had it on your phone. So you can come and upload files, and it would have been saved to your device. So you just come and select it. So for instance, this one, we click on it, click on open, and it is uploaded to Canva. And it's uploaded to Canva. So that's how we had gotten that image right there. So once it's uploaded now, how do we get it on here? Anybody can tell me how we get it over here? So what do you think we do to get it over there? You can unmute or you can type it in the chat. How do we get the photo from here to here? Add photo.
The photo.
Come again? iPhone, I didn't hear that.
I think you can drag the photo. Sorry, I'm kind of hoarse.
Drag, all right, no problem. So somebody said drag, somebody said click on it, somebody said copy and paste. All right, I'll show you how to do it. Once I click on the photo one time, it goes over there. I don't have to drag it. So let us try with some more. Click on it one time, click on it one time, it automatically goes over there. So we don't even have to drag it. So we're just gonna click on this and delete, click on this and delete. All right. So we now have the photo on the page. If we lock it, so you know that we're able to move it up and down, right? You see the lines that you're seeing? This is showing us that it is centered. It is centered from left to right. The other one here showing us that it is centered from top to bottom. We also can select position. I'll soon come back to what you're asking. I'm just showing you some stuff while I see them. So if we go click on position, we can bring it to the left if we want it to be left aligned. If we want it to go to the top, probably we want to center it. We can center it. You understand? So if you're not sure that it is in the center, you can select center, you select middle, and it will align it from top to bottom, from side to side. Anyways, image again. We want to remove the background. Once you click on background remover, takes off the background. We're going to undo that. So what we had done a while ago was the edit feature. And I'm saying you probably create an image. Let's just say we don't want the man in the image. So we create an image and we don't want something in it. It can be text. It can be object, right? We can click on the image. So one, you have to be clicking on the image. So for instance, we're not clicking on the image now. We don't have the option to edit it. So we have to click on the image and then we see the option to edit. So we click on edit. So this is a part of Magic Studio. So there are multiple things that you can do. So we see that the background remover is a part of Magic Studio. And we see Magic Eraser, Magic Grab. They pretty much do the same thing. So you can erase something for a photo, you can grab it from the photo. Either way, it's no longer in the photo. So you can use any one. Sometimes it doesn't come off clean. So if you try to erase and it doesn't erase clean, it looks smudge, you can try grab. And then we have the text one, grab text. All right. So the difference between Magic Grab and grab text is that if I do Magic Grab, it will allow me to delete it off. If I do grab text, it allows me to edit the text. So we're going to try Magic Grab first. So we click on it, see it highlight both the man and the woman. We want to take off the man. So we click on what we want to remove. We also, let me just click on, let me see. Let me click on the text as well. So there's an option to individually click, or if you want to use the brush feature, you can cover a wider surface area. You understand? So we can cover the wide surface area. And we want to also take off the man. Wait, I don't think I can do two of them one time. Let's do one at a time. So we want to remove the man. Once he is highlighted, we click on grab. You're welcome, Janice. So once you click on grab, it's gonna come here and highlight him alone. Backspace. Hold on. Backspace, he's gone. The thing is, let us zoom it up. We realize that because he was in front of her hand, her hand is looking a kind of way. So not in every case you may be able to remove something. Because, it might mess up the design. But in some cases, let us say something was on the floor or, something was blocking something and you want to remove it. So not in all cases, you can remove it and it removes it clean. All right. Let us try it with the wording. So let me zoom out again. Let me zoom out. That's too far. Sorry. Let us say that we want to do the words. So we're going to click on the image, click on edit, and we're going to click on magic grab. We're going to use the brush icon. We can change the size of the brush as well. And we're going to highlight the words. Then we click on grab. When we do it that way, click on backspace. Hold on. It removes it. But you realize not only the word is removed, a piece of the yellow is also gone. So the whole of that section is gone once you remove it. So that is if you want to remove it from it overall. But what if we never wanted to remove it? We just wanted to change something. What if we wanted to take off the S of the skills? We would have clicked on the image, click on edit, but instead of erase, instead of magic grab, we would have done grab text. And so it automatically highlights it. Can click on it, same way, and grab. When you do grab text, it changes the font. So it will give you one that looks similar to what you had, but it will change it. But what is so beautiful about it, it actually allows us to edit the word. So instead of removing it completely, probably we just wanted to take off the S. And we can't take off the S. So sometimes when you use AI to spell things, it can spell it wrong. So like you wanted to spell Celine, it probably gives you 2E or it gives you an E at the end or it does some form of grammatical error. But you love the entire photo, you just needed to correct a spelling. You can use grab text to correct the spelling and still maintain the rest of the image that you like. Do we understand that? Let me know if the illustration and explanation was clear, guys.
Yes,
Can
understand.
yes,
Okay.
that's great. That's
Yes,
great explanation. Can I ask a question, please?
Shalon, you saying something?
Yes, can I ask a question?
Sure, go
So,
ahead.
for example, like how you have it like that and it's in the rectangular shape. What if it was a logo and you want to remove the rectangle from the image? Would you be able to do that?
You're talking about here?
Like yes, around the edges. Like you just want to remove the rectangle and show us the man and the image. That can work.
Hold on. What you want? So you
So
want the
so
background?
yeah, the background is fine. So the
Mhm,
whole rectangle, what is a circle or whatever you want to remove
mhm.
whatever is on the edges and just have the image itself. Like if it's a logo and there's a square there and you want to remove the square,
Uh-huh.
How you think that's
I don't think
possible?
you can remove the square by itself. However,
Mm. Okay.
I don't, we wouldn't be able to just remove the square by itself. But you could always
Okay,
consider,
okay.
if it's not gonna look too tacky, you could consider putting like something over it. So if it's a case where, for
Oh,
instance, elements and if you click on elements, we can add shapes. So if it's a case where, let us say, probably didn't have the like I said, it has to look uniform. So it can't look too tacky. It can't look like you paste it on. So in some cases, it may not work. But, we could have manipulated something. So we could have, say, if we wanted it to be a rectangle, we don't want it to have this little arch here. We could have kind of put something over it and probably, give the corner some rounding and, see there, if we work on it good enough, you would not even know that we
so
edit it.
Alicia,
Yeah?
I'm sorry if you misinterpreted. I'm referring
Mm.
actually to the square around the edges of the
You
image.
mean,
Yeah, the square on the edges, right.
what is the question?
I'm referring to the rectangle around the image. If it can be removed, and you just want the image alone that is in the box. Can you remove the rectangle by itself? Like you click on
Mm.
the top part of the edge. Can you remove the edges by itself? I'm not sure if I'm
No.
explaining properly. Okay.
So if you're, all right, the thing is, if you remove the background, you're only gonna have the people there. But if you're using this as a design, right? I don't know if this is gonna answer your question. You have the option, hold on a second. You have the option of making it full out the entire page, so it wouldn't even look like it have the edge like this. So I don't know if that answer your question. Probably I'm not understanding.
Yeah, man, it's the edge I'm talking. I just want to remove the edge and just let the image remain there. So I was just wondering if that is possible to remove with all the edges. To just leave the
No,
image alone. Oh, okay.
you couldn't remove the edge. You can just manipulate how it looks. So let me take off this and use backup. Hold on. You couldn't remove it, but you can manipulate it. So like if you want to hold on. Why am I not seeing what I'm looking for? If you want to like make it look a little bit more appealing, you want to round the corners, or there are ways where you can integrate it into the image. So it don't look like it
Oh,
just catch on, but you can't
oh,
really
okay.
remove it.
You get what I'm saying? Yes, yes. I
So
understand now. Thank you.
you can't even put a border around it. Like,
Right.
you can manipulate it for it to not look too sharp, but you can't really remove it.
What you click on to get that?
The All right, so once you click on the image, to round the
Mhm.
edges, you click on this little arch here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And to
Thank you
get the
so much.
border, we click on this. So we, choose how
Perfect.
much
Thank
we
you.
want it to be.
I appreciate that. Yes.
Welcome. You're welcome. All right. Guys, let me know if you have any more questions. We're gonna kind of do a quick little recap, and I'll probably ask you one or two questions, and then I'm gonna say we go home, and then we go home for today. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? All right. So let us do a
I just want to
okay,
say thank
Mel.
you very much for going over.
Not a problem. My pleasure. All right. Okay. It's kind of hard to do a recap because we never really follow any we never really follow any syllabus. But let me just open a different Canva document and kind of do a quick recap. So Canva has a pro version and a free version. Pro meaning you have to pay for it. Depending on where you live, the price is different. So Jamaicans, price is $6.50. Persons in UK, persons in Canada, persons in US have a different price that they pay. All right. On the Canva home screen, well, this is not the home screen, this is the create screen. No, hold on, this is projects. On the Canva home screen, we have we can search for our design. So if it's a case where your account is not new, you want to see stuff that you have already created, here we are able to see the design that we just made a while ago. Canva also has some templates, meaning that these are pre-made, which is what we had actually used. We saw something that we like and we customized it. So we change up stuff in it to make it our own. Not a problem. Ah, and then we also have Canva AI. Canva AI will allow you to create images and stuff using AI. Hold on. So we also had went through that. And we had just pasted a simple prompt. A black, hyper-realistic woman wearing a red hat sitting on a bench in a park. She's in a jeans dress. That's all we had done. And we got this image here. So we had explored Canva AI. You get 500, if you're on the paid version, you get 500 coins. If you're on the free version, I think it's about 10 you get. So we had also explored the Canva AI. And yeah, right? So we go to the home screen. And I said to you that you can use Canva for a lot of stuff. You can use it for books, presentation, logos, business cards. You can use it to edit videos as well, right? And you can use it for different social media posts. So Instagram, TikTok, you can create something like this for your Instagram. I told you that it has a version of Excel, so it has sheets. It also has its own version of Microsoft Word, which is called Docs. I said that I've never really used the whiteboard feature. I said if you want to do a PowerPoint presentation, you can use the presentation feature here and all of that good stuff. You can also use Canva to make a website. We're not going into that today. And we went into templates as well. And you can search. I've never searched for something on Canva that I couldn't find. I've never ever searched for something on Canva. If you're trying to create an ebook and you search ebook, it will show you some ebook templates. If you're trying to create a business card and you search for business card, it will show you business card templates. The same principle that we used a while ago. You can select one that we like, the layout of it. We go in, we take out this logo, put in our logo, put in our phone number and stuff, and customize it. It's totally acceptable to, sorry, it's totally acceptable to do that. We'll also have the option of creating something ourselves as well, which we can definitely explore that in a different session. And then we came into this design space. So once we had seen a template, which was pre-made that we liked, so this was the inspiration that we saw, and we clicked on it, and we click on customize this template, and it took us, it basically provided the template here. Let me see if I can find it back. Okay, here we go. So this is what the template had looked like. And we basically clicked on each individual image, click on backspace, and took out the photo so that we could use our photo. And then we would have selected the photos that we want to use now. So we click on elements and we search for whatever we are searching for. Can be soaps. And we can click on, photos. So I tell you that you have graphics, so the cartoon-like kind of soap, right? Then you have the photos, which are realistic kind of soap. Then you have videos of soap. So depending on what you want to do, you can still do the same thing with the video. So the same thing that we did with the photo, it can also be done with the video. So you can have different video, you put here. But people don't normally use it like that. And then we basically did the customization. And what else? Oh, I showed you that you are able to add multiple pages, right? And I also showed you that you could name each design. And I told you that Canva automatically saves the design, right? If you're creating a design and you don't want it to move, this is where you want it to be, you are able to lock it. So you can't move it unless you unlock it. So Canva has a lot of great features. I showed you that you could remove the background as well. Once you click on background remover, it removes the background. And then we explored the magic grab, and the magic erase. So that is pretty much a rundown of what we did. So I'm going to just ask a few questions, very simple questions, and then we're going to wrap up this session. And then I will answer the question in the chat that is off topic. So, question. Can somebody explain the difference between the magic grab and the, let me see what the name is. Magic grab and the grab text. If you're trying to remove or trying to edit a text, what is the difference between the magic grab and the magic text? I'm sorry, and the grab text.
Can I answer?
Sure, go ahead.
The magic grab is for objects, and the text grab would be for text, like words and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you can also use magic grab for text as well. So what's the advantage of using so what's the advantage of using
for the
grab text
text
versus
you could edit the words or the sentence.
if you use which one?
The text grab.
Okay. All right. So Jody Ann says magic grab remove the text completely, but magic text can edit the text. It's very good. Are we able name 3 types of files that we can upload in Canva? So if we don't want to use the stuff provided by Canva and we want to use our own, what are some of the stuff that we can upload? Some of the type of file. Anybody? I'm not calling any name in there. I'm just showing out the question. Anybody want to answer can answer. Do you want me to tell you? Or are you thinking about it? You missed that part? Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I think you can upload
Mhm.
an image from your laptop.
Device. Right, that
Yeah.
is one. So image is one. What else?
Video.
Video is our next one. What else?
Um, oh, I don't,
That's
I
fine.
don't know.
All right. Anybody else want to help? So we talk about image, we talk about, all right, audio. Absolutely. Yes. You can upload, somebody said Word. You can actually upload like a PDF document as well, but we never spoke about that. But yes, you can do. So once you click on uploads, so we're seeing the different categories here. We can do images, we can upload videos. So these are me uploading videos. We can also do audios, and we can actually do documents as well. So like if we have a PDF file that we want to upload, because you can actually upload like a PDF file and you can put a signature on it. Long story, guys. So let me just give you this quick one. If you have a PDF file that you need to sign, right? You can actually upload it to Canva. You can also write your signature on like a piece of paper, upload it as well. And guess what? Remove the background from the signature. That's one way. And then you can attach it to the file. Listen, different story for another day, okay? But yeah, Canva is amazing. Samsung, your mic is open? All right, that looks like an accident. Let me see if I can ask you one more question. Tell me some of the things that you can design in Canva. Logo, yes. Anybody else?
Business card.
Business cards, right? Picture. Yes, yes, you can use the Canva AI brochure. Templates, flyers, absolutely. Programs. What do you mean by programs, Elaine? Elaborate. You're talking about like a course? Resume and cover letter, yes. Oh, you mean like
Programs like,
funeral program?
funeral
Oh, okay.
programs.
Wedding invitation, yes. Social media content, ebook, yes. See Canva. You can do party favors as well. Product,
Can do
product label.
close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hear me?
Presentation.
Close.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Close, yeah. A lot of stuff, guys. Once you learn to use Canva, stickers, you're not supposed to be broke. You are storybooks. You're not supposed to be broke once you can use Canva, guys. Sorry. You're not supposed to be broke once you can use Canva. Okay, so I want you to test out the features. Test out the features, something that you learned today, and tag me. Create a post, show me, probably can send a little picture of what you did or whatever the case be. Just, if you did something, you probably remove a background from it. It doesn't matter how simple you think it is. I want to see it. So you're going to create a post. You're going to tag me and show me what you did. All right. So this is the end of our
So,
Canva class.
Anissa, you're
Yes.
gonna leave the recording, right?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna
Oh,
yeah.
big up
You're gonna
yourself.
you're
Yeah.
gonna have it. I'll make a post about it and have the link. All right. I'm happy that you are happy that you are here. Let me just stop this recording before I